Hello，大家好啊！今日我哋就喺呢個 KW 嘅 HQ 啦，KW 呢個避震公司嘅總公司啦。所以今日我就即將會帶大家去睇下成個呢個避震器嘅嗰個 R&D 同埋呢個安裝，直接到交到你哋大家手上嘅過程啦。好。
Nowadays, he developed with some friends a coilover kit in 1996. They go to a former chicken farm and produced here all the coilover kits they showed at the Essen Motor Show in the end of November 1995. And that was the beginning 1998. They go here and then you see step by step developing the company and going bigger and bigger. Because Klaus and Jürgen Wohlfahrt were the first guys in the German market making coilover kits with TÜV approval.
Yeah, TÜV approval.
Yeah, so we are the only ones who make a science. And nowadays it's even the center of the world.
Yeah.
And when you remember the Chinese history, we took 4 ships to America, looking for Indians, they came with 20,000. I have so many Chinese friends. Every time when I'm going home, I'm from Munich, when we're going home to Munich, we go into Chinese restaurants, only with Chinese people, we never meet a card. So they are Chinese people, but grown up in Indonesia, in Malaysia.
所以而家我就再帶大家行過去另外一個廠嘅部分，參觀下其他嘅嘢啦。呢個就係總公司嘅廠啦，所以佢哋係喺呢個德國嘅 Fichtenberg 呢個鎮呢度入邊啦，佢周邊都係山嚟㗎。呢度就係呢個 7 post rig 做呢個 R&D 呢個避震嘅地方啦。佢會有2層樓嘅，大家睇到。蘇車就會喺呢度，下邊嗰度佢就會行呢個7 post rig 嘅。
So we're making the vertical speed and measuring how the suspension travels and how much force goes in the car. And with this 2 black boxes, I can also simulate a constant aero power on the car, and with the 3 smaller ones, I can make a dynamic 7-post test. So in every suspension we developed for KW was first developed on the 7-post rig. So we're making the basic setup on the rig, then we're going driving on the Autobahn, country roads, and when it's maybe club sport or racing, we're also going to the Nordschleife. And later we come back and check if what the 7-post set is the same like our as recognized. It's making the development process really fast, and we don't have weather trouble with the weather, we don't have tire wear, we don't lose the car on the racetrack, you don't need a race driver, and you press the button and you can again simulate the same issue when you have a race car issue. Maybe you're driving an Schwalbenschwanz at the Nürburgring Nordschleife and you want to get faster, and you repeat constantly the same sector. We're getting all the data from the racing teams, from every car, and we can simulate every road. So if you need background information, I wrote an English feature, The Mean Velocity. You were smart in mathematics, you still can read it.
I know I'm stupid.
And here is our best employee.
Yeah. Always at work.
Always at work. In some race cars, you have the regulations that you need a race driver for suspension setup. So he got the race driver perfect size and weight. He's 75 kilograms, so we put it in the Formula car or in the LNT cars. Otherwise, we're using this kind of sandbags to simulate is a gas tank full or empty, is the car occupied with 4 persons and with the luggage, so we all can measure, because this all has influence. And we also, when you have race cars, you're changing the tires. Sometimes you're using the slick tires and you take the rain tires, because every tire got a different stiffness, and this is also influencing the suspension setup.
Okay.
At night it light up like the Christmas tree.
I always say Skynet.
Skynet.
KW Skynet.
KW Skynet.
We will send to Germany. I have a customer with his dream car. He wants a dream suspension. We start the production. And since you always get fresh products, no 2 years, 4 years old stuff. It's handcrafted, made extra for your customers. And so the journey begins. This is all the trash, recycling.
呢個就係做呢個避震嘅 top 帽啦，你哋所謂嘅 camber plate 啊、波子塔頂嘅頂。
This is made of alloy. It's a rear axle from the Mercedes AMG SLS, and we with a connection, so we also have a DDC application for it. And this is a top mount from Porsche 911 G-body, old one, when you have a club spot application, and you can take a closer look, and everything is produced in-house. And when it's finished, my photo bomb. Threads. And even sometimes we also have the number, but da hat jetzt keine Laufnummer drauf. Da ist noch keine Nummer drauf. Nee, die werden laser. Ah, die kriegen die laser. And later you will get a laser number, laser labeling.
除咗大嘅咧，都可以做啲好超細嘅嘢嘅。
It's already widened because we have different machines to make the diameter bigger.
Okay.
But here on this machine, we make it clean, we make the inner housing and the thread inside here. The thread inside. Somebody ordered parts and we are producing here. We saw in the warehouse the big tubes. There was the Malaysian guy always cut it.
Yeah.
And then later it will look like this. And when it's finished, it will look like this for a suspension part. So all your customers always paying us to cut things away.
Yeah.
And later, and when it's finished, it looks like this. For a Datsun 240. So even for old KDM legend. Along. And then you see he put it here and clean it. Maybe you need to stop. Musst du einen neuen Auftrag fahren, was danach. Servus. So every 5th or 10th batch what we're producing is get checked here. So we have different tools. Now you see colleagues are measuring anything, so it's checking the numbers. Because on every product is the name of our boss, Klaus Hofer. That's the reason 100% quality control.
係燒焊啫，燒焊就危險啲啦，所以佢喺入邊。And when there are easy tips like this,
So it's welding with a robot. Parts. So we're using this laser welding robot. So because you can't do it by hand.
Oh wow. Seamless.
Yeah, seamless. and even here, this tiny parts, it's all welded by this laser robot. From this, we're using the machine on the opposite side with laser cutting. When it's finished, it looks like this. So it's bended and laid, and now we need to take care about the sharp edge. All the sharp edges going away. Galvanizing process in-house, so we're sending away, and then we go here to another quality control, because in Germany 100% quality control. The other machine we can measure the thread and the surface of everything, and here also so you don't see the welding lines anymore. Everything is nice. This will be a V1 or V2 because we have adjustment. So we have here a V3 because here we need an external reservoir because the shock body is so small, and when the piston is working we need a reservoir for the oil. That's the reason why we have this. It's no shisha.
No, it's no shisha, not
No,
bomb.
no pot. The V1, V2 for Audi, the old Audi, so everything is welded here. So we also see how we produce this part. And now it's got a quality check, and when everything is fine, it's going in this little gray boxes. Then we have here our labels, and then it's going somewhere else. 589 spaces, and I also can gray, grounded, so you're even doing here, when you have a V1, V2 without stainless steel, rear axle shock bodies, we also have steel, so it's powder coating and black. And here you see the different colors that we can apply. So the KW yellow, so you can have a more, remember the 90s yellow?
Yeah.
This neon yellow, or here we can make the pink, magenta, like a Hello Kitty car, or somebody wants grey, blue, gold. So you have dual layer. First you have
The grey.
the grey, and then second you have yellow.
Yeah.
So I don't know which needle it is. Maybe it's this one. So later here will be a needle inside, so we can adjust low speed forces and high speed forces. And everything is, you see, made by hand. So now it's measuring again. With this machine we can measure the spring rate. Spot, but this external reservoir. So it's all happening here. You press all the liquid through the valve body inside here and back in the shock, so you're not like a V1 or V2 or V3 or ordinary monotube shock absorber where you have here valves, you don't have any valve. It's like back in the days, it's like a normal hydraulic or RS club spot kit. That's when the suspension. Now you see how many different tiny parts you need to build only the rebound valve. Zugstufe. But it's all assembled by hand here. All the stuff was produced in hall number 4, where you see with cutting and drilling. And here we're doing the assembly line. and later we put this inside, and on top all the material what we need for the valve. So he's still checking the length of the piston that there's no failure. So we can influence how much the piston rod can get out of the shock body. But the compression forces, what we say it's working, is like a technology in the V1, V2 or the SDX or XA. And here we have the valve from a KW V3. And here I can adjust with 12 clicks the low speed forces. And to understand it better, we have here inside this little tiny needle valve. It's for the low speed compression, and I change the preload of the spring with my clicks. So if I have higher spring rate, so I need more forces to get the damping. And even when you have a very stiff suspension with a V3, so you can run. Get closed. After when it's closed, get his gas level is around about. Then it's saying we need 2 of this, so it's 1 and 2. It's purple, so I press here the key enter. Then somewhere else it's lighting, so I need 2 of them. So I press another button.
Yeah.
No,
No.
two of this.
Last cover.
So, and now I need to assemble it. And you can put it on, so when you don't have much power, you can use this little machine. But you see, I'm not working here often, so it make everything damaged.
Oh, but you can do everything.
Yeah.
So it's finished. Put it in the box. Then you go 1, 2, and we can send it. Wunderbar is a very nice German word.
Yeah.
Reminds you too, Wunderbar.
Yeah.
So in every box is only 1 axle. So we have here now the front axle. We make always a difference in the left or right struts. This is also important to make the muzzle screw. Going back in the box. Next one. A little warehouse. Because maybe the rear axle is already assembled and somewhere here. And here we see the rear axle shock absorbers with the springs. Here he already packaged the spring, and then he will put all the. When you have normal modern cars, many cars have already adjustable suspension from the damping forces. Most of the time they can switch from super stiff to a little bit soft, and the other 3 modes are changed. And we produce everything on these stations here.
Okay.
So 所有廠嘅流程裝好晒、安裝好晒就呢度出貨啦，咁就會送去你嘅 dealer 嘅手上啦。
Yeah.
And the other things they were produced in Germany, like 100% made in Germany.
Okay.
That's the reason we just have like the laser
Okay.
laser stuff in.
Okay.
And this is like high class premium
That's right.
quality. exclusive. I mean, it's a little bit more pricey than the competitors,
Correct.
but the legendary 3 letters,
Yes.
it's BBS.
That's
On
right.
BBS, Michael Schumacher won 7 times his world champion.
Correct.
But this was back in the days.
Yeah.
And now we are trying to reintroduce like the tradition into the BBS. Is it busy? Do you have like parties there?
Yeah, we have endurance race that are actually quite. So every 2 months I organize one with me. This is winner.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This gives us the opportunity to completely customize and individualize your work with like all the accessories.
So 今日咧，我哋就會試呢個 Riger 嘅產品啦。Riger 係 KW 其中一個 off-road 嘅產品啦。
So this is currently all test and development. Otherwise, completely stock. So wheel stock, the suspension geometry, arms and control arms, stabilizer bars, all stock.
All stock.
Yes.
So
It's
Just the shocks, eh?
Just
Yeah.
the shocks
All
and the
right,
springs.
right, okay, cool.
係要試呢個 Jet 通常，
試車啊，梗係啱晒我啦！我最中意試車㗎啦。
而家我哋就去試車。
If they go out, we might get it a bit faster.
Yep.
Faster? Okay. Oh, sorry for the things shifting.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Now you could feel it drooping out on the right side, and even though it drooped out a lot because it was a deep dip, nothing was happening, right? So it still stayed stable. Also here,
Yeah.
it just
swallows it.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to watch out for traffic.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you get the idea.
Yes.
And also the body roll could be minimized even more. Like we have a fair bit of body roll because it's heavy, right?
Yes.
We could reduce that more, but we said we aim not for the highest possible performance on the road. We aim for a thing in between highest possible performance and also the driving experience the driver gets. Because we could dial in a bit more oversteer on those, and it would be faster.
Yes.
And then there are the ESP interface.
Yeah.
But still, with this, you get great stability. You get pretty much 95% of the performance, and the driver feels like I am the king and I am the best
I can
driver
handle
in
it.
the world.
Yeah.
So you feel a bit like driving a rally car with this, or a rally raid car. We try to hit the point where the driver thinks he sits in a Dakar rally raid truck.
That's the idea.
And I think also with the body movement, we turned it down so much that you have enough to let because we.
所以依家我哋就再試下呢一部另一個系列嘅 Riger 嘅避震啦。
But we didn't have the parts for it, for the reservoir to come out on the right side, so we mounted it for that because it doesn't matter. In terms of, you could argue that in terms of punch from weight upside down would be a bit better, but that's the thing we're not having.
嚟啦，而家我哋試下
So now it copies a bit more of the smaller stuff.
Yes.
It's not the bigger stuff that's swallowed, but a lot of the smaller on-your lenses are coming through, but not too much, I would think. the tires are really bad on this. And now with this, I think it's pretty comparable.
Yeah.
And also with the turn-in, you can feel the body sway a bit more
Yes,
when
a
I
bit
get
more.
into direction again.
Yes.
But other than that,
Yeah.
it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Also on this section,
Yeah.
I think it's give or take 10%.
Yes.
But really the rattliness. So the smaller stuff coming through, that's where
It's
this
more,
is worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the bigger stuff and all of the performance, it's
It's comparable.
and also this bump,
Yeah.
you couldn't feel it with
Yeah.
this, right?
Yes.
So that's where my subjective view comes from, that this handles the really bigger impacts and the harsher impacts a bit better because of the bigger hydraulic surface. Yeah, it loses grip more when
Yes.
turning in, but
Yes.
that's the
That
tires.
feels good.
And I mean, I could do a bit more with it, but it just doesn't allow
Yeah.
because of the electronics. That's a bit sad. Yeah, now the electronics even applied the brakes. And it could handle more.
Yeah.
So in terms of overall grip, it's, I would say, a 10% difference. It's with the same tires on the same surface, 10% less grip.
Yep.
But then the comfort is, I would say, 25% or something like that. Now the tires are really getting sketchy. We can also go for the really bad road.
Yeah, bad roads.
Now we can go faster into it. So also here,
Yeah.
so we call this copying. So it copies the ground more to the chassis.
Yeah.
Just to look how it performs. I think it will be a quite fun experience. But
I thought they would.
this was all done in some advance to Riga. Oh no, this could also be, I think this is Isuzu D-Net, and these are the Genesis. So this is the Isuzu, but the Genesis has a bit more of a push behind it because it's a special project. Official yet, but this is Cayenne also.
Okay, Cayenne. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stagnant.
It's a bread.
Wow, this is a masterpiece. Huh?
It's a masterpiece from Bavaria. I grew up 25 kilometers or 20 kilometers away from this workshop, so I know it back in the days personal.
So 呢部就係前 George Plaza 嘅座駕啦。Jude Power 呢個就係 F1 引擎啊。
The fastest car natural aspirated engine. First car was a Volkswagen Pikes Peak car. The second one was Neo electric powered car, and third car was the Judd powered BMW E36, and it's super fast and it's crazy. This Georg Plaza died in a car accident in a race in Italy, in a hill climb race, but his time far away. He developed sequential gearbox, the Judd engine, ultra light body. He got racing, anti-locking system, everything in this car, and a race differential, and it's under 900 kilo. Yeah, and here behind the curtain.
Correct.
So, but now, let's go.
所以呢度就係即將再起緊嘅新嘅 building。